Right up next, are you looking to make some fast money in cannabis? Jane Wells breaking down the latest way that investors are seeing green. Jane.
Brian, I'm at the Mission Dispensary in Chicago holding a very rare thing in Illinois right now because of tight supplies. A full ounce of flour, $350, over $400 after taxes. But what you know is more expensive? A $50 million cannabis license in Florida on the secondary market. What is craziest in the world of cannabis when we come back?
All right, welcome back. As more states embrace the cannabis craze, a grab for licenses has created a whole different market. Illinois was the latest state to legalize marijuana, so of course, that's where we find Jane Wells to break it all down. Jane.
Hey, Brian, applying for a license is never a sure thing, so some investors are willing to pay a premium to acquire an existing license. The cannabis resale market is growing as many in this business face a cash crunch.
Are people license flipping?
Absolutely.
Avis Babolian often acts as a broker, saying cannabis licenses can run from a few $1,000s to tens of millions on the resale market, depending on the state. One example, he helped a group of investors spend $400,000 to buy some on the secondary market.
On that $300,000-400,000, when it was all said and done, they flipped it. They probably cashed out about $13-14 million in cash, and the rest stock options. Their stock options aren't really worth much today, but
I believe our Florida license, net of cash, which was on the balance sheet, we paid, $43 million.
Former Wall Streeter Hadley Ford is now CEO of Ianthus, which has bought licenses in at least 4 states on the resale market. Florida and New York are highly prized because licenses are rare. And in the case of Florida, Ianthus took over a firm which already did the heavy lifting.
And I think at that point they had invested somewhere between $15 to $20 million in the business. So it's not as if we just bought a piece of paper. That was really for a going concern. The license was just part of the operation.
Now, Ianthus, like all the publicly traded companies, has had a rough year. Medman's CEO resigned last week, so you can expect more license sales, maybe. Babolian says technically these licenses are not transferable, but you can get a workaround, like if it's in the name of an entity instead of a person, and the entity changes owners, so you still might have to go through a background check. He likes retail licenses because he says they're hard to get. He would avoid lab licenses because often if you buy a lab, you are not allowed to be in any other part of the business. And guys, states are taking note. Nevada has put a moratorium on license transfers for now. Back to you.
All right, Jane Wells in Chicago. Interesting, like the taxi medallions there, guy. Jane, thank you very much.